The UK has some very small roller coasters and theme parks, such as Pleasurewood Hills in Lowestoft and Oakwood in Wales, which is unfortunately closed now. But these parks have some large coasters, such as Wipeout or even Megaphobia. So in today's video, we're going to start a brand new theme park in Planet Coaster 2, inspired a little bit by these parks. I'm going for a vibe that is similar to, like I said, similar to real life, with maybe even a bit of inspiration for Plopsaland with some large-scale thrill coasters. But we're going to be starting off small then, with a small little family spinning coaster. So without further ado, let's get into the video today then, guys. Hello guys, we're back on Planet Coaster 2 again. Today we are building yet another series. There's a lot of series going on at the minute, I know, it's hard to keep up with, but today we are, as I said in the intro, we're doing a small, like, kind of a mini park, if you will. And another thing I said as well, this park will be inspired by some parks from real life, such as Plopsaland down in Belgium, which I might be actually going to this year, which is crazy to think, but more news will come on that sooner rather than later. But no, today, like I said, we're building a smaller kind of theme park. So we're, like I said, going for a vibe that's similar to Pleasurewood Hills, but also Oakwood, which had some thrill rides and some small family coasters. And we're starting off small today. All we're doing is just building a simple little wild mouse. Well, not right now, we're not, but at the minute we're building a park entrance, but we're going for a simple little park entrance here, nothing too much, but no, I really like some of these smaller UK theme parks. They just seem like nice days out and just a bit of fun and just real nice vibe to them. Obviously, like I said before, we've got a lot of series going on at the minute, but yeah, there's so many series going on. We've got 5 Isles theme park with which is the Collab Park with Blitz, which he's working on the coaster actually at the minute, I think for the next episode. But then we've got the Swarm recreation as well, which is coming out. We've got the I'm just trying to think what else have we got. We've got there's one other one which I can't remember what it's called. Oh yeah, the steampunk themed area. But no, there's a lot of different projects going on at once. And I can't, well, obviously I'm going to be focusing on them at different times, but they will all be detailed. This is probably going to be the most realistic of the parks, as I'm going to make it a relatively small park, but there will be quite a few episodes and some large thrill coasters which I have planned, so stay tuned to see some of them. But no, like I said, we're going, it's like the UK parks we have, which aren't really that well funded. But I like the charm of some of those parks, so that's what we're going. That's the kind of vibe I want to go for with it. But yeah, on to the spinning wild mouse then. This is based off the what's it called now? Revachon, is it? I think it's the Revachon wild mouse that they do. If you guys actually do watch the Building a Coaster Day throughout the entire year of 2026, which you guys should watch by the way, you'll actually see that this is one of the coasters that I built for the day. You guys didn't know that though, so well, you guys didn't know that it was going to be in this park, so that's besides the point anyways. But no, I've really wanted to do one of these wild mouse for a little while, but another thing that's going to be interesting with this is we are fully custom sporting this thing, so it's realistic to real life sports. I think we actually do start doing a bit of the custom sport now. Actually no, we're not. We're going back on to doing more buildings. This is what I mean by like the realism kind of factor. So we're going to have like building offices and just realistic windows. So as you can see here, we're going for like a realistic, I think it's called bifold windows. I'm not too sure. I should know really, because my dad does this kind of stuff for a living. But no, we're just building the some of the windows here. Then again, we're going realism over anything else in this park, and I am really looking forward to doing this park. This is going to be my own park. It's not going to be a collaboration park like with 5 Isles. It's not going to be a themed area like the steampunk themed area, and there isn't going to be it isn't going to be a recreation park. Well, for the time being, anyways, because I've got an idea for that, which you'll see that further down the line. You can see we're just experimenting with different things here, but no, you'll see what I mean by that further down the line. But but no, we're going for fences and just going for a nice, realistic vibe for this park. We're not going to go too nuts with it. Apart from the thrill coaster that we are going to add, one of them is actually off the workshop, so that'll be fun to put in. But this is another where I mean with the realism, so because we were putting like gutters in, and I did do that on the park entrance. I do want to do that on some of the other buildings, but we'll get around to that sooner rather than later. But no, just like I said, we're just doing a simple entrance area with buildings, kiosks, and other things. Here we are now. Then we've actually custom sporting the Wild Mouse. I'm saying it like I didn't know we were custom sporting it, but I definitely do know I was custom sporting it because I remember doing it. But no, I actually managed to do this all in one sitting. It wasn't that too hard to custom sport, but there's obviously a lot of just designs. I am going off obviously what they have in real life. We're actually doing some making some alterations to the layout here, but I am going for obviously what they're like in real life. So the travelling ones, or say for example, what's the one at Western Safari Park called? I can't remember, but no, that's again a similar kind of coaster layout to what we're going for with this. You see we're doing some of the sports here then. We have a full like transportation base, but yeah, we're going to design all the sports around the track piece. I don't know why we're just going to sat here still, but well, that's the idea we're going for with it then. One sport's going to be sport and other stuff, and it's just going to be stuff like that, and it does look really good in the end, so I can't really complain about that. That's the theme with this part. We're going for, like I said, it's going to be smaller rides, not quite as well. Obviously, yeah, it's going to be not a very well-funded park, similar to what Oakwood was. Dare I say it? But obviously there will be enough funding in there. But it is such a shame what happened to Oakwood. But I very nearly did get the opportunity to go there, which is a shame. But let's stop being sad and actually talk about joyful things and. And say that, but believe it or not, for the first little bit of the episode, I was actually working in the park that me and Blitz are working on because, originally the park file save I had saved for that. The park file saved I had saved for that, but I digress. But no, originally I was actually going to use that park template and actually build around that, but I decided to change my mind because I found a really cool creation on the workshop. I can't remember who it was by. I'll make sure to put that in next week's voice. The next video's voiceover. But I am actually using a park template which I found off the workshop, and it works really well for a park of this kind of size. This is a concept that has actually been done on YouTube before. I think it was by Moving Little Socks. I'm not sure. But he was one of the first people to do this idea, and I've thought over the last few days, obviously, to do a park like this because it'd be a lot of fun to do it. What I mean as well by going for realism, not going for realism, but we're going for like a similar kind of vibe to what these parks are in real life, is like the ride offering. So I know next episode is going to be a small little family coaster, and then the episode after that is going to be a major thrill ride. I haven't decided which thrill ride I'm going to go for with that one yet, but we will. I'll see about sooner rather than later. But another thing we do actually do as well is we're also going to be doing a ride under construction. So I'm gonna take the support structure we're actually building now, and then deconstruct it a bit, and then put some of the parts in a maintenance area which I've been working on, and then basically do it like it's a delivery waiting for a coaster to go in. But no, that's a kind of vibe I'm going for again with this all. Isn't actually too much longer of the time that's left to go, but you can see some more of the custom sport work here. I did actually really enjoy custom sporting this. I think it's a really realistic custom sporting. There's only one coaster that's going to be not custom sporting, and that's next week's episode. The next episode. I keep saying next week's episode, like this is going to release next week. It's definitely not going to release next week, the next episode, but it does. But when you're doing these commentaries, it does become a bit boring to commentate on. But some of you guys might actually be wondering, where's my Swarm recreation, because I haven't done an episode on that in a little while. My one and only answer to that is A, the other creations I've been doing, but B, I completely retracked the Swarm because I realised the layout wasn't as realistic as what it could have been to real life. So I basically decided to completely redo the layout, which you will see obviously in next week's episode. You can actually see here with us doing some of the doing that supporting work. But no, I do. Yeah, yeah, with the swarm recreation, I am obviously working on that. It's going to take it will take a long time to do the swarm recreation, just because of the sheer amount of stuff which I need to do in it. But so far it is looking good. Next week's episode obviously it'll come out. It should come out maybe this Friday. I think this is going to actually release. I'm recording this voiceover on the Sunday, and then I actually think the swarm recreation episode, the next one, is going to be releasing next week. Well, not next week, sorry, a couple of days after this video releases, because I'm actually giving you guys 2 episodes this week, because I've got a week off, so I'm giving you guys 2 episodes, 2 different series, so that'll interest anybody who actually likes watching my my videos. But I don't know what else to talk about here, because we haven't got too much longer left. Oh yes, that's it. We're now basically adding a bit more of greenery to the underneath this ride, because yeah, we're going for basically like this kind of ride was added a long time ago, so it's obviously the fencing around it, and then all the vegetation underneath it. Now we're actually doing the first flat ride of the park. We're doing a nice little wave swinger, I think it's called, something wave swinger. I'm pretty sure it's called that. Another thing as well we're going for is simplistic kind of station designs. Again, this is a kind of ride that was that probably opened a long time ago, so yeah, we'll go for a simple kind of station design. Next week's episode doesn't even have a station, it's literally just out in the open, but you'll see that the next episode. But no, let's go into real time then. Here we are then in real time. We can see the park entrance, and we've added a few more buildings since the last time lapse. You can see we've got one side of the park that you can see there's the little wild mouse. But you can see, yeah, here's a little park there, because I do need to add a sign to the park. This is being called Adventure Valley Theme Park. I haven't done signs or anything for it, but no, you can see obviously we've got the buildings there. The guest spawn point is one of the buildings back there. But no, we go underneath here through the little entrance. Got a little bit of work to do around there. We've got a little toilet block there. But next week's episode is going to be in that area we were looking at there. You can see there's the coaster that we are working on. Well, not really, but no, we'll walk down here then. We'll actually take a ride on this little wild mouse. It is a little bit rough, but most wild mice are quite rough. So it's also a very common kind of coaster and coaster concept. I don't know which one's more common, a wild mouse or a wacky one, but I digress. We'll actually have a look down the queue line. We won't go on the I nearly said air race then. Zamperla wave swinger. Instead, we'll go into the queue and we'll go for a ride on the wild mouse. I haven't got a name for this yet, so if you guys do want to suggest a name in the comments down below, that would be very, very much appreciated. But no, we'll actually go for a ride then on the wild mouse. I have just named it wild mouse for now, but yeah, I do need to make have a name for it, and if you guys would like to suggest a name for it, that would be really cool. But no, let's take a ride on this thing then. We'll go guest facing view. That'd be a good idea. No, won't go to a different train, but no, this coaster does spin quite a bit when it reaches that section. But I've done one of these in real life, and it's quite a little bit quite fun. Like I said, it's like the one at Westminster Safari Park. Down the drop then, this little wild mouse section. I do really enjoy it. I really enjoyed making all the sports for this and everything else in between. Ignore how some of the sports I do face through the track, but that was the best way I could have done it. But here we go, going down the first little drop then into another drop. It does go kind of a bit curved without any banking, but that's the way most of these coasters do go. And we start spinning. It spins quite a lot. Almost spins as much as Ride's Happiness, which I might be going on this year. I really do hope that happens, because if I don't, I will be depressed. But then into space, it's a short layout, but I think it is quite a short layout in real life. It does also spin on the brake one for quite a bit. Just waiting to go, and you can see how bored the guests are. But no, that's the coaster, and you can see it fly past us again. Then now finally get off of this then. But no, we'll walk down the steps. I do sometimes forget I could just leave the ride, but oh well. No, this is a really random episode, but no, that's what we've built so far then. Here we are then looking at the park from above. Then you can see we've not got too much space to it. We're building obviously in this field that we're in now, and then we will build in the 2 fields which are directly opposite. But But no, here we are then. Here it's what the coaster looks like then. It's quite a nice coaster. It does stand out on the in the park. It is also quite visible from the park, so people will probably just run straight there when it opens. But another thing as well we're going for with for a vibe with this park is it's quite an old park, so it's been around for quite a while. You can see here's also some of the supports being assembled for the future coaster. That's going to do it then for this video. If you guys enjoy this one, please do hit the like and subscribe button, turn on notifications if you are interested for when another episode of this series releases. Probably won't be for like another 4 or 5 weeks, but hey ho. But no, that's going to do it then. If you guys enjoy this one, please hit the like and subscribe button, turn on notifications. Don't forget to watch other Planet Coaster content, because I've got a lot of different Planet Coaster videos and series on this channel. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in a brand new video next time. Goodbye guys.